Hey guys, Learn to Game here. In this video, I'm going to show you how to prepare for Warlords of Draenor. Now, when Draenor drops, there's going to be a bunch of people everywhere. The servers are going to be laggy, and it's going to be a mess. So you want to make sure that you're in there first, and that you can get ahead of all the questers and the dungeon grinders and all that stuff. So this video is going to be a quick guide on just how to prepare for Warlords, so that right when it drops, you don't have to waste time. You can get right into Draenor and start leveling quick and efficiently. The first way, and in my opinion, the best way to get prepared for Warlords of Draenor is to delete all of your add-ons and get rid of your current UI. And I say this because when you start the expansion, you normally start off with a good idea for UI, then as you kind of progress through it, you add stuff here and you add stuff there, and eventually it'll come to be a clusterfuck like my old UI was, where I had stuff everywhere, and it was really not organized, it was really messy, it was really like stuff everywhere, and it wasn't really good because I would be raiding mythic and heroic content. I wouldn't be able to see buffs, I wouldn't be able to see debuffs, I didn't know what buffs I had or what buffs I needed, I couldn't place down raid markers, like so many things that I couldn't do. And as like you play, you realize that you kind of need to be able to do these things, and I couldn't. So I got rid of my UI, and as you see here, I have LVUI. Now I can't tell you how awesome LVUI is. I can personalize every little detail of my UI. So whatever I want, wherever I want it to be, I can move it, I can change it, I can change the color, the size, the font, whatever. So it is very personalized to me. I can also keybind stuff a lot easier. My stance bar, my overall bars, everything, like it's a lot easier for me to play and track the things that I need to track. So that's very important. Now, as for your add-ons, my old UI was basically consisted of a bunch of different add-ons from different that did different things, and I basically compiled them all and made my own UI through those different add-ons. However, now that I got LVUI, I can throw out like 50 different add-ons. Well, that's an exaggeration, but you get what I mean. Like, I could throw out a lot of add-ons that did each individual thing, like Bagnon, like quartz, like all this other stuff that I needed before, but I don't need it now because it all comes together in one add-on, LVY. So it's extremely clean, extremely efficient. It helped me get rid of a lot of add-ons and basically increase the smoothness of the game, help me load in faster, and it's basically just a help overall. And when it comes to mythic WoD content, like new content that's really hard, I'm not going to be hindered because of my UI. I'll actually benefit from it because I'll be able to see everything and react accordingly. Alright, so the second way that you can get ready for WoD is by cleaning out your bags and your bank. Now, when you were questing through Pandaria, you probably picked up a lot of old toys or a lot of just green gear that you thought was cool for transmogging, or just stuff that you threw in the bank and completely forgot about. Now, this is the time to get rid of all of that stuff and clean it out so that come WoD you have a lot of space. And now your bags are especially important as well, because as you see in the right hand corner, I have like old tanking sets, old gear that's not even enchanted or gemmed or upgraded, challenge mode gear. I even have a Thunder Fury in here, old like toys and block boxes and other stuff that I'm never going to use in Warlords, and it's basically wasted space. And you see my bank on the left hand side, and I have all these weapons down here, the old gear sets, challenge mode gear as well, legendaries, like old PvP gear, like just a bunch of outdated stuff. So it'd be extremely crucial to clean up your bag and get that all situated. Now my void storage is almost full because I have transmog sets that I actually want to keep. And as you see here, I have like Dragon Soul gear, challenge mode, stuff like that. Now this is relatively clean, however I still have all of these spaces left over, and in WoD they're increasing the void storage space, so you'll be able to put more stuff in it. Now I'm going to be right back. I'm going to quickly go sort out all of my bags and show you somewhat of what it should look like, and I'll put a before and after picture up on the screen so you see the difference between having a clean bank and a clean bag versus having a dirty and messy bag and bank. Alright, I'll be right back. Alright guys, so I'm back, and as you can see, my bank and my inventory are both completely completely clean and I don't have crap lying around everywhere. Now this is a very good way to go into a new expansion because you are able to pick up and just throw stuff in your bank and then deal with it after you hit max level, rather than leveling and realizing you don't have enough space to pick stuff up, or you don't have the backspace, or you don't have you just don't have enough space to do what you want to do, and you have to constantly either go back to an inn or sell some stuff, or it basically puts you like it becomes an annoyance after a while. So going into an expansion with clean bags and a clean bank is a very good way to go. Now, all the transmog gear that I had is now in my void storage, which is something that I want to quickly go show you. The void storage is actually been updated, so there's now 2 tabs. So you see I have all like a couple of transmog, a full transmog sets here. Then just have weapons everywhere on the bottom, and then weapons on this tab as well. So just that's one place that you can put stuff in. However, it does cost a lot of money. So if you're stressing over money and you don't want to spend a lot of money, I don't suggest doing that. However, I don't really care about doing that, so I wanted the space, so I threw everything in there. And obviously I kept my legendaries here so I can look at them because they're pretty, and my BOAs and stuff like that. But that's pretty much the first tip that I can give you guys, is always to make sure that your bags are clean and stuff like that. Alright, so the third way to get prepared for Warlords is to get your legendary cloak. Now, the legendary cloak is the cloak that you get from the quest line from Wrathion, and it is extremely good going into WoD because this cloak will last you until level 100. Until you start farming like dungeon pieces at level 100, this cloak is going to be like the best cloak that you can get, because the gear is not going to reach this eye level until level 100, or around that level. So this is even higher than Mythic Warforged. As you see, in Mythic Warforged is only 588, and this is 616 item level. So it is extremely good. Well, not that one, not 608, but this one is 616. So it is an extremely good piece that'll last you until the very end of questing, until you start getting like heroic dungeon pieces and regular dungeon pieces at level 100. Now, for those of you that are like stuck on a quest line, all the part of the quest line like Test of Valor and stuff like that where you needed to wait a couple of weeks has been removed, and you could technically go in there and do it all in one day if you had the patience. So if you're stuck on runestones, or you're stuck on secrets or whatever, you can go in there, farm LFR as many times as you want until that boss drops your secret or your runestone, so you can quickly get past it and get your cloak, because it'll definitely be worth it when you're trying to level, because these cloaks, the stats on these cloaks are really good. However, the proc may stop working around 92, 93, but the cloak itself, like the stats that are on it, will be the best until you hit level 100. The fourth way to get prepared for Warlords of Draenor is to get as many bind on account weapons from Garrosh as you possibly can. As you see here, I have a two-handed axe and a one-hand sword. Now the sword is mythic and the axe is flex or normal now. So these items will basically scale up with you as you start to level, and it will last you quite a while. As you see, it requires level from 90 to 100, so you will be able to use these at level 100. Now around level 94 or so, like it doesn't matter if it's a mythic weapon, a heroic weapon, or a normal weapon. The stats will all be relatively the same. However, the weapon damage on a mythic weapon, I'm pretty sure, is still going to be higher than a weapon damage on a heroic weapon. So it doesn't really matter too much what difficulty it's on. Just get as many BOAs as you can for all of your characters. That way, when you're leveling, you don't have to worry about upgrading your weapon, because your weapon will gradually get better as you level. So this is an extremely important thing for Warlords, because when the enemies are going to consistently get harder and harder as you progress through the zones, and you may not get your sword every single time that an enemy gets harder. So this sword will gradually adapt with you, so you don't have to worry about it. Like, it'll just go all the way up to 100. However, when you hit 100, it's obviously not going to be the best, but it'll have done what it's there for, to help you get through questing. Now, there are many different types of BOAs. There's shields, there's maces, there's offhands. Like, there's basically every weapon And anything that you can equip with your hands, there's a BOA for it. So every class has its own weapon BOA. There's offhands, there's shields. So go and kill Garrosh and try to get your BOA. Now, if you've not killed him at all, or if you've not killed him at all on a certain difficulty, you'll always get a BOA for your first kill. What that means is that, say you've never killed Mythic Garrosh before, if you go and kill Mythic Garrosh, you are guaranteed one BOA for your class. You're guaranteed it 100%. If you've never killed it for Heroic, and you kill Heroic Garrosh, you're guaranteed to get one BOA for your class. Now, it is also an increased chance, like say you've already gotten a BOA before, it is an increased chance to get another one. So basically, BOAs are dropping left and right, so all you have to do is get into Garrosh, which is the last boss of Siege of Orgrimmar, the current raid, and kill him, and you have a very high chance of getting a BOA, and a 100% chance if you've not killed him on that difficulty. And I can assure you this weapon will definitely help your questing experience go faster and smoother. The fifth way to get prepared for Warlords of Draenor is to have consumables on you at all times. And what I mean by that is to have flask, pots, food, or even the Crystal of Insanity, as you see right there, on you and in your bag. That way you can keep a buff up at all times, so you will do more damage or have more survivability or something like that, which will allow questing to be easier and the enemies not to be as hard. Because when you are going through Draenor, the enemies are going to get harder and harder as you progress, and you may not get all the gear that you need to be able to keep up with the enemies. So you might fall behind them in the sense that they're getting too hard for you to kill. But if you have a flask or a food buff or all of that, you're going to be doing more damage and have more health and stuff like that, so you'll be able to kill them easier and it won't be as hard, and you'll be able to progress through the zone quicker. Alright, so the sixth way that you can get ready for Warlords of Draenor is to take a look at your professions and what you want to keep and what you want to get rid of. So as you see here, I have enchanting and I have engineering. Now enchanting I'm going to keep because enchanting is very useful. You can enchant your own gear, enchant other people's gear, disenchant greens and sell the mats and get money, like make a lot of money. So no need to touch enchanting. However, engineering, every reason that I got engineering was mainly for use in raids, like the springs that would give you an added DPS or tank stat, or the glider, which you can use to like prevent fall damage in combat, which can no longer be used in combat, and then the nitro boost, which got nerfed a lot. So like every reason why I got engineering is no longer useful. So I'm going to be getting rid of engineering, not right now though, because I need it for just like this day, until like I'm probably going to get rid of it like tomorrow or today. And then I'm going to put mining in its place, because mining is a very good skill at the start of the expansion, because you can mine the ore, which is in great demand, and make a lot of money off of it. So really just take a look at your professions, evaluate which ones you want to keep, which ones you don't. If there's something that you don't want to keep, think of something that you want to replace it with, and level that profession up to max, or current content max, like 600. That way come WoD, you'll be able to level it right off the bat, and you won't have like a level 151 skill, a level 100, then have to go back and re-level it. You can level it as you go and make a lot of money in the process. So that's something that's really useful for WoD. So if you're curious on two professions that you want to take, I'll give you a couple of two good ones that go really well together. Herbalism, alchemy. Make a bunch of flask, pots, whatever. They're in great demand at the start of the expansion. Mining, inscription. Okay, inscription, you can make dark moon trinkets and cards and decks and whatever, and those sell for a lot of money off the start. Mining, people need ore. Ore is a backbone for transmutes, for everything, for armor, which people are going to need, like BOEs. So mining is really good, so you can supply. Okay, skinning is really good because you can just farm animals and get their leather. However, you don't want to do that off the start, because with so many people doing quests, it's going to be hard to find a good farming spot. So I'll kind of stay away from skinning. Like, those are the main ones that I can think of, like the main gathering ones that really gonna make you a lot of money. You can make money with blacksmithing as well, making BOEs with leatherworking, tailoring, all that, making BOEs. But if you really just want pure profit, go with a gathering one and then inscription, and you will be doing just fine. The final way to prepare for Warlords of Draenor is to upgrade all of your bags to the highest capacity bags that you can currently buy or make. Now, this is kind of a minor way. It's something that's more, it's more of a personal thing that if you want to do it. Now, the reason I say more of like an option is because in one of the previous steps, we already cleaned out our bank, so we have a lot of space in here. And I just threw in royal satchels so that I would have the most amount of space and show you exactly how big you can actually get your bank and your bag to be. So that is with full royal satchels, as you see right there. Now I'm going to put frost weave bags there and show you how small or how big the difference between the two are and how small a bunch of frost weave bags are in comparison to a bunch of royal satchels. So as you see there, my bag is a lot smaller now. I don't have nearly as much space as I did before. Now the bank isn't necessarily important, but what's extremely important is your inventory. Because when you're questing throughout WoD, you're going to be picking up a bunch of different things. However, they did sort of consolidate it by making a toy box and making like quest items can be stored in a separate area, but you're still going to be picking up a lot of items that you want to sell or you want to disenchant or you want to vendor. So your bags are going to get extremely full really quick. So this is with the 4 royal satchels, as you can see right there. Now I'm going to put 4 frostweed bags and show you the difference in my bag size and how crucial it is in my opinion to have a big bag. So as you see here, I don't really have any more space. Okay, well, for some reason it's not letting me do that, but basically this is with the royal satchel and with 3 frostweed bags. This is the amount of space that I have, and it's a lot smaller than it would be if I had 4 royal satchels. So all in all, it's something that if you want to do, I recommend doing it. But if you don't have the money for like whatever it is, 12 royal satchels, you don't necessarily have to. Just upgrade your bag so that you'll have more space, and it won't be an annoyance when you constantly have to go back to like an inn or a vendor or something like that to sell off all the stuff that you acquired. So that is my little tutorial or my guide on how to get prepared for Warlords of Draenor before it even comes out. Now, stay tuned because when Warlords drops, I'm going to be like playing the crap out of it. Like, I've been waiting for this for a long time. I'm really excited. I can't wait. Like, I'm really burnt out of Mist of Pandaria. So when this thing drops, it's going to be like a whole new game because it is a whole new game essentially. So stay tuned on the channel, subscribe, and like the video because it'll basically notify you whenever there's a new video up. And liking the video lets me know that I did something right and that you guys want to see more videos, and it gives me more of an inspiration to come out with more videos more often. Leave in the comment if anything that I missed, or if I need to touch up on something, or if I did it just fine, if you liked it, if you didn't like it. Just give me a little bit of feedback so I know what I need to do for the future. All in all, thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you can take the time to subscribe, because like I said before, it lets you guys know when there's a new video up, and it also makes me, like, I enjoy seeing my subscriber count, my video views and stuff like that rise every day, because it makes me feel like what I'm doing is actually worth something. So thank you guys again for watching, and I'll see you all later. Bye.